What's good, guys? It's Nathan Ross here, and in this video I'm going to be going over implementing direct selling in your online business. For those of you that don't know what direct selling is, it's basically selling a product or a service without using web pages or email follow-up or sales funnels. With traditional online business, you're usually driving traffic through content or paid traffic over to a landing page that then captures their email and then follows up with those people on a drip email sequence to where people are getting automatic emails that you're not sending out. It's just a software sending them out, and then people click those links and then buy those products, so it's super automated. That's all well and good, and it's a very solid strategy, but direct selling can be even more solid. The thing with direct selling is that since you're in contact directly with the consumer, it makes it a lot easier for you to sell the product because you can be a lot more personal with it. When you're direct selling, you're one-on-one with the person you're selling to, so you getting to know them is going to be a huge factor in if they're going to buy or not. You can obviously implement that into online strategies, but it's way different talking from a web page versus over text or a video or phone call. The key thing with sales is that people buy from who they know, like, and trust. So obviously people can get to know, like, and trust you online, but it's going to be a lot easier when you're in a direct conversation with the person. Being in a direct conversation allows for there to be ping pong back and forth, asking different questions to get to know each other more. Most direct selling engagements start like you're meeting a friend for the first time. You obviously greet them, you have a little bit of small talk, and then you ask questions to get some more information about each other. These can be questions like, where are you from, what do you do for work, and what do you like to do for fun? In a direct selling engagement, you use that information to your advantage to be able to craft the offer to fit them perfectly. Again, all this communication can be done through web pages and automated emails, but it's way more effective when you're doing it one-on-one with an individual. Now you might be asking, how do I go about implementing direct selling into my online business? That's a great question. So there's a few different ways you can do it. You can do it all online or over the phone. Now the way to integrate your online business with other online strategies or over the phone is by getting a bunch of contacts that might be interested in your product or service. Then you can reach out to those people, get to know them, build that trust, build that rapport, and then see if it's a good fit for them to buy your product. So the first step is to identify your target customer, who they are, what their interests are, and where they hang out online. When you figure out where they hang out online, you're obviously going to find a lot of other people that are just like them. So what you can do is you can connect with these people, message them, or call them and start that conversation. Now the best way to do that, in my opinion, is through social media, just because social media is so powerful and every customer you ever need is going to be on social media. The part that requires the most skill is finding the right people and knowing where they are so you can get in contact with them. Honestly, social media makes it very easy because social media is just an accumulation of a bunch of content hubs that attract different types of people with different interests. For example, there's Facebook pages and Instagram pages that are all about dogs. You can safely assume that majority of the people that follow those pages are going to like dogs. And even further, a lot of them probably have dogs of their own. So say you have a dog training product and you want to get in contact with a lot of dog owners. You can go to one of those pages, which is a content hub that's attracting a lot of dog owners and people that enjoy dogs, and you can get in contact with those people directly, start that conversation, and see where it goes from there. Now there's a specific way to do this. If you reach out to these people in the wrong way, it's going to come off super spammy and you're not going to be successful with it. The best way to do it is very genuine without any expectations. So you can reach out to one of these people that likes a dog page and say, hey, I saw you on this dog page, I just want to connect with more like-minded people. Now obviously it helps a lot if you're super into dogs and your page has a bunch of dog stuff or whatever, so then they see that you're not just spammy bot or something like that. Because when people are getting messages on social media, most of the time they're thinking that it's either a sales pitch or it's some sort of automated bot messaging them and it's not an actual person. So the best way to combat that is by doing the exact opposite. Make it very specific and very genuine so they know that you're real. Now by connecting with this person that's also interested in dogs and potentially has a dog, that's a way that you can start the conversation to get them talking to see if they have a dog in the first place. For example, if it's a pug page, you'd be like, oh, do you have a pug? Oh yeah, I do. His name's Charlie. Now that you have that information, you can ask them more about their dog, see how long they've had it, if it's their first dog, a lot of different questions that just gets you more information about that person. That's really important because one, it builds up rapport and trust, which is needed for a sale, and it gives you more data that you can use throughout the sales process. A lot of times when you're talking to people about their different interests or what they do for work, they'll start to describe a lot of problems that they're having in that area. For example, if you're asking questions about someone's pug, they might bring up how they're misbehaving and not very well trained. Well, if you have a dog that you trained on a certain product, or you know a friend that's trained a dog on a certain product, you can easily recommend that product to that person in a very genuine way. It doesn't come across as a sales pitch, but it could be an affiliate link or your own product. Again, you really don't want to come across as spammy because that's the quickest way to not get any results. An example of being spammy is if you message a bunch of people that like a pug page or a dog page and say, hey, I saw that you like dogs, you probably have a dog, you probably want to train that dog, here's a program that teaches you exactly how to train your dog, it's only $59, check it out here, and you put the link. Every single person's going to deny that because you're going about it in completely the wrong way. It's all about developing that relationship, building up that rapport, building up that trust, and genuinely offering value. And that value can be in the form of free value or a product. Now, obviously, this doesn't just work in the dog niche. This works in pretty much any niche. It doesn't matter if you're selling a product or a service. You can find where your target customer is hanging out online and engage with them and other people like that and see if it's a good fit for them to buy your product. The goal is never to message someone to sell them. The goal is to message someone to get to know them to see if it's a good fit to buy your product. This is a very powerful sales technique, and when you master it, you can generate tons of sales. Now, obviously, it's going to be a lot more time consuming than running a specific ad and generating a ton of traffic to a website, leads, and autoresponders and stuff like that. I've found that this technique works a lot better for more expensive products because most people that are buying more expensive products want to be more handheld throughout the sales process. On that same token, you as a salesperson, it's a lot harder for you to sell a more expensive product when it's on a web page or an automated email or something like that. But when you're talking to the person, you're getting to know them, you're getting to understand their situation, what their biggest problems are, and how that product can solve their problems. It's gonna be a lot easier to make that sale. I highly recommend the method I went over in this video for people that don't really have a lot of money, that they just have a lot of time on their hands to be able to sell a lot of products online and get their sales skills up. I also recommend it to people that even if you have more time or money, doesn't matter. If you're selling a more expensive product, you wanna have more of an in-depth sales process to convert more sales. That's it for this video, guys. I hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. If you did, make sure to drop a like. And if you guys are new to the channel, check out my last video right here where I go over how to track ClickBank links, and subscribe right here. If you guys have any questions about the direct selling process I went over in this video, make sure to drop a comment as I respond to all comments. If you want more one-on-one help, feel free to DM or email me. Those will be in the description below. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.